Space.
Kyle
Final
Saunders.
frontier.
And I'm Anthony Crimmins, and this is the StickStar Space Show.
That's right, Anthony. That's right, it is. It's the StickStar Space Show. Wanted to get on here and chat. Super excited. We just dropped the Texas Box League logo, the Shield, today. What's registrations looking like so far?
So the initial response has been pretty substantial. Over the last 2 days, initially it was at, a good initial pace. We got up to 10 pretty quick. And this is in terms of yeses, right? Commitment varies. There's filling out the survey and then eventually skin in the game, which is the $100 deposit. But in terms of the initial yeses, started out with 10, moved up to 20 pretty quickly, and then we really started to approach exponential growth today as we hit 50 initial yeses since we really started to kind of push the message yesterday and get the word out in terms of the Shield today. So it's been pretty substantial at this point.
Wow, that's tremendous. How many guys are we looking to have in this Texas Box League, the TBL?
So I think the goal, obviously, we're looking to be judicious with our growth. Look, if we had 100, that's 5 teams of 20. If we have 120, which I think that's the initial goal for us right now, that's going to give us 6 teams of 20. So that's 120 players, 120 potential spots, and right now we're at 50. And I would say that we've communicated with over 120 people at this point, waiting to hear back from certain people, and then there are certain, I would say, constituencies that we're also just waiting to hear from. There's a variety of constituencies, and you kind of know what those might be, and you've kind of seen the initial list. So there's a bunch of guys out there that we haven't heard back from, and a bunch of groups. What are those groups that we're looking to hear from still?
Yeah, I mean, some of those groups just include more of the collegiate guys, right? I would say that this initial response, I don't know, probably 90% of them are current collegiate players. So the talent pool is off to a very good start. Looking to hear back from, more of the MCLA guys and the post-collegiate. Obviously, with things kind of uncertain, we understand that, but we just want to be able to press go when the time comes. And, those are the guys that we'll look to get commitments from, in the next week or so to try and up these numbers. But initially, 50 of them, I would say there's got to be less than 10 of those 50 that aren't currently playing in college. So this league is off to a sick virtual start, right?
Yeah, I would say so. It's there's a who's who of guys, and then we're waiting to hear back. Like you said, we expect that there will be an LSA contingent to some extent. The men's league guys are going to get involved. This league is going to happen, right? It gives us something to look forward to. The thing that we have to do is we have to order uniforms, right? So that's a part of it. To be able to hit play, we're going to have the uniforms. And once you have them, this league is going to continue, right? There won't be a next year, hey, do I need to get a new uniform? We're going to start to try to settle into some essentially programs so that expense is handled. We keep playing, and these are clubs now within clubs. So regardless of when we hit go, this thing is going to continue through perpetuity, which is exciting because the brands are legit and everybody's going to be excited.
Right. I'm not sure what the current 2020 class, what their involvement so far is. That's pretty understandable considering they don't know what's going on with their season. But once it's over, like I said, we'll be ready to press play. So the league itself is going to be 2021s, 2020s, everyone in high school, post collegiate, or everyone in college rather, and then post collegiate as well, the men's league guys. So looking to hear back from the LSA and current upperclassmen in high school.
Right. And then we're also trying to attract players from outside of this Dallas market. We've already heard back from, we will have a player, at least one player from Houston. We've got a couple guys from Austin who are going to make the trip. We've got a guy from Oklahoma who's going to make the trip. So as those numbers, if there's a carpool contingent or a couple carpool contingents from each of those areas, another another great opportunity is for Southwestern guys to get dialed in. A Division III school, we're trying to get some of those guys out as well. But if guys from outside of Dallas end up making this, the 120 number will come and go quite quickly. But again, really 2 days into kind of a push here to get this thing figured out, and we're already up to 50, which is almost halfway there. So that's a good spot to be in. At this rate, we'll probably take this thing straight to the moon, which is exciting.
Yeah, you're halfway there. Looks like.
Yep. Venus, we went right past it. So we're already past the moon. We're gonna switch the backgrounds up. It's pretty cool. Might as well. Venus for a little bit. Masters week coming up. Probably a little bit of open space out there at the Masters. We'll see if there's enough time. But yeah, we're out past the moon at this point.
Right. With this summer league, the Texas Box League, TBL, TexasBoxLacrosse.com, I don't really see why you wouldn't play. If you're one of the eligible players, you're in town and, are able to make it to a carpool. I mean, what a tremendous opportunity just from the initial response. We already know it's going to be quality reps against quality players at a very high level in a safe and fun environment. Like, sounds pretty good to me. Sign me up.
What more can you ask for? We want to build a great league. It's not easy to do that. There's a lot of details involved, but I think we're taking the initial steps, and then the talent. We want this to be a talented league. That doesn't mean that everybody's going to be perfect right from the get-go, because it also doesn't need to be that either. Nothing's going to be perfect, but it's going to be a quality environment for whatever you're looking to get out of it. But if you are a dude who's trying to get better and get quality reps, this is going to be the summer league for you. And we're trying to build a better league, and that's what we're going to do with the league. The Texas Box League Shield looks nice, and then uniforms dropping next week, which is also exciting. So we're pumped.
Space show,
that's right. That marks the end of week 1 of the space show. We did a space show every single night. We're working on procuring some guests, maybe some completely outrageous guests, but guests nonetheless. So stay tuned for more space show. I'm Anthony Crimmins.
I'm Kyle Saunders. Stay at home.
Flatten the curve. StickStar Space Show. We're out.
Just kidding. We're still here.